So welcome to the Blancpain GT Series Asia for 2018. The grid will be formed very shortly. I've mentioned that there are 29 cars across 10 different brands as well. Let's have a closer look at the competitors with Renai.
After an incredible first season, Blancpain GT Series Asia returns to Sepang, where it all began to do it even better. 29 teams are slated to get things going in the season opener, as 58 drivers from 19 different nationalities all trying to make their mark. Now, as the championship's grown, so too has the number of manufacturers. 10 brands will be represented here, and this is the first time we'll see full season entries from Japan, Australia, Korea, and Taiwan.
Yeah, I think we all know Blancpain GT Series Asia is the most competitive and most well-known race series in Asia now. So I think it's important to bring my team here to have experience to race against with all top team here in Asia. So I think it's a big step for us. We got new sponsors, and they are pushing me to switch to different manufacturers. So I think it's also a good challenge for us to try working with Ferrari more. So I think it's a pretty good change.
It's always special racing at home. You know, Sepang's a great track. Just love driving here. We've got a new co-driver, Kyung-Wee. He's only been racing 2 years. But for a guy that's only been racing 2 years, he's really, really good. Every time he goes out, he goes faster and faster. I'm a gold driver. I have to be partnered with a bronze driver. And the way it is, there aren't that many bronze drivers in Asia. It's tricky. It's hard to get the same consistency, you know, because the AMs they don't race for a living, you know. So it's tricky to get that consistency throughout the whole year. So I mean, we finished on the podium a few times, but it wasn't quite what we wanted.
Raffaello, talk to me about Blancpain GT Series Asia. You've been here before. What's your experience been like, and what's it like to come back for more?
Yeah, it's really good to be here. I will do all the season except Thailand, so I'm really happy to be here. The championship is really good. Group M Racing is a good team. I did with them last year this race. The Mercedes AMG is really a good car, so I can't complain about that. Yeah, it was a good lap, but I mean, we can still improve it. It's only free practice, so there is still work to do, but I mean, it's a good start.
You come into this second year as the defending champion. Give me a bit of a comment about what that means to be the GT4 champion.
Well, the pressure is on. There were 3 other manufacturers joining us this year, which is a very good thing. But that means the competition is very fierce with some really good drivers. We are still a bit short of pace, but you never know with a 1 hour race, and we see how the tire degradation will do and the heat and everything else. We just got to keep scoring points every single round, because last year we missed 1 round and still came out on top, which is quite lucky. So we're just gonna keep our head down, keep it cool, and not trying to do anything stupid, and just keep scoring the points.
So some powerhouses return and some brand new teams join the fray. With some spanking new livery and interesting lineups, we're all set for an incredible season ahead.
From red to green and we go racing. It was a late call, so the front row of the grid slow away. Very slow out of the blocks was Leo Yi. Dennis Lind recovers, and look at Frankie Cheng, the number 3 Audi, trying to get between the 2 of them. Then they come down towards turn 1. Dennis Lind will lead the way. Diving up the inside is Bryce Bosey in the silver and blue Mercedes. Can't do it. Leo Yi has managed to hang on to second place round the outside, and then being hung out to dry. Adi Patel in the red Audi. Can he fight back at turn 2? He can, just. But it's going to be Dennis Lind who leads the way up into second place. Nico Bastian there in the Mercedes, having started on the second row. And they're gapping the rest of them as they climb up hills for the first time. Not quite side by side for the race lead up towards turn 4. A challenge made there, but it didn't come off for Nico Bastian. In third place, it is Leo Yi. In fourth is Patel. Out wide goes Bryce Bosey, losing 1, losing 2 places as he comes up to turn 5. Lind leads the way, and he with Nico Bastian tucked up behind him and getting away from the rest of them, because at the moment Leo Yi is acting a little bit like the stopper in the bottle here, trying to keep everybody else at bay and doing exactly what he has to do to hang on to third place, but that's allowing the top 2 to break clear. Over the curb goes Bastian. The German driver chases the Dane, Dennis Lind. Lamborghini leading on lap 1 here of Blancpain GT Series Asia. It's race 1 of 12 here in Malaysia. And that is the Aston Martin that's off the road already of Rick Yoon. who found himself in the wars a little bit last year on more than one occasion, and the safety car is being deployed. The safety car will be deployed on the opening lap of the race, so any advantage you'd pulled is about to disappear. And also, if you cool down with the air in the car, that's about to go away as well, because it's going to be a reduced pace. There's the safety car straight out on track, ready to collect everybody. And the field will slow, the field will bunch, and so at the end of lap 1 of this hour of racing, out comes the safety car, and it's to try and get the Aston Martin out of harm's way. And there is the reason for the safety car. It's got going, so we should hopefully go back to racing this time. But as that car got damage, it looked slightly either lopsided and or crab-like to me, suggesting it's had a big nudge somewhere. There down the pit road also comes number 7 Audi, which is Andrew Kim, and that looks like he's got a puncture as well. So straight away, 2 cars badly delayed, and the championship officials on hand to oversee the pit stop. Damage and a damaged tyre, but I wonder whether that's done some suspension damage as well. The team wants a long look at that, and whether that car goes back into the race is debatable. If it does, I suspect it will become a test session for tomorrow. And there you can see the damage, so there was certainly contact that turned around the Aston Martin. So a clash and then a broken wheel. You can see the way that's malformed. And as the field accelerates now out of turn 15, you can't overtake until you get to the timing line, which is where the flag is there. We're back racing, and Dennis Lynn tries to escape up the road. Have a look at the Ferrari in 3rd place, because Leo Yi is right there on the back of Nico Bastian, and now he's almost alongside. Bastian tries to cover the move, and he does so. To the outside goes Leo Yi. Do we get a change for 5th place? Have a look at the Nissan. Round the outside, the blue and white Nissan, Eduardo Liberati, no, can't quite do it. So Aidan Reid, who was a real gun in Shanghai last year in the Lamborghini, fends him off, but they touch. The Porsche gets sideways. He manages to hang on to the place, though. Aidan Reid as the leader drops downhill out of turn 3 now. Dennis Lynn leading the way and trying to make good his escape, but this time around Nico Bastian is going with him. Is it Nissan ahead of Porsche? They were side by side up the hill, but back through on the inside goes Aidan Reid. Bryce Bosey there next in the silver and blue Gripper M Mercedes, running behind them. And then in 8th place you've got Frankie Cheng, but now Dennis Lynn is starting to stretch that margin once more as they come out of turn 6. Battle is on here. Liberati then is ahead of Aidan Reid, and Bryce Bosey looking for a way through. So this is the shuffle for 5th and 6th and 7th, and Nissan powering its way through. Makes a great noise, the Nissan. It sort of booms past you, and a flash of the lights from Aditya Patel. More in hope than in anticipation that he's going to be allowed through by Leo Yi. As there, Chang up the inside of Bryce Bosey. Can't find a way through, and right up behind them as well is the Ferrari number 8, which has got, for the opening stint of the race, Hiroaki Nagai at the wheel. So we're going to go full course yellow. Everybody slows. There's the Ferrari. That's the reason that we've got this full course yellow. So we've had a safety car early on to calm people down. And straight away, we get another incident. This time, full course yellow. So that means you hold your gap to the car in front, because if you're all doing the regulation speed, you shouldn't close, you shouldn't fall back. And if gaps do come down markedly, all the data is there for the championship officials to monitor and assess, and the stewards will have a look and see if penalties need to be applied. So that means that if you're the leader and you've got a 9/10 advantage, it should remain at that as they come across the line. So it's not like a safety car where everybody bunches up. You slow to the delta speed, and the gaps remain, but it could be a lap or two, this. We are going green, and there straight away up the inside goes Leo Yi. He was on his toes quicker than was Nico Bastian, so we're away and racing, and on the green flag there, Dennis Lynn tries to accelerate away, but straight away the change for 2nd place is Nico Bastian back up on the inside line, up the curb in the Mercedes. He did not like being stung out of that 2nd place. He's trying to fight back as they come down the hill, and Dennis Lynn is away and gone. Aditya Patel in the background 4th, 5th, Eduardo Liberati in the blue and white Nissan, and Nico Bastian closing right up onto the back of the Ferrari into turn 14, but he can't find a way through there. So here you've got 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th running together now. Nico Bastian crawling all over the back of the Ferrari, and again tries to force the issue, but he can't quite get up the inside. This is the part of the circuit more than anywhere where track limits are an issue, so you make a move, it doesn't work, you run wide, and straight away you get a finger wagged at you, and Nico Bastian then has to temper his pace. He's up the curb, but not over it. Down towards turn 9, not a passing place, the drivers tell you, but they're all having a go to try and unsettle the car ahead. Bastian attacking and defending. He's got Patel breathing right down his neck in the blue over red Audi. And then Eduardo Liberati next in the queue as the race leader is getting away. This is absolutely great news for the leader, as up the inside over the curb, Nico Bastian elbows out, goes through, takes second place back again. Downhill, Leo Yee fights back, has another look to the inside, can't do it there. Patel crawls all over the rear of them in the Audi. There's a gap and maybe a gap on the inside. Yes, Patel commits, he goes through. Third place in the Audi. So Leo Yee, who was second at the start of the lap, drops back into fourth place. And Dennis Lind getting away inexorably now because they're all holding each other up by battling. It's great to watch. Nose to tail here. You've got Patel and Leo Yee trying to retake third place, but Nico Bastian back into second is getting away. Inside line Patel, outside line Leo Yee. And where is Eduardo Liberati? He's almost with them now in the Nissan. Nico Bastian comes over the timing line, getting clear of the opposition for third place, where Aditya Patel's Audi just out-dragged the Ferrari in a straight line. And then you've got Eduardo Liberati going through in fifth place. So the leaders are on lap number 7 as they climb the hill over the brow. Back into view they come, and there, look, leading the way in this group is the charging Aidan Reed. And that is Patel in strife. Has he run wide? Yes. Has he got a puncture? Maybe. He was very, very wide indeed, and I'm just looking to see if the car has got a tyre problem or if it's a mechanical problem. Aditya Patel dropping down the order. He slots into the pack, but again, I think he's going offline, isn't he, going into turn 7. Let's have a look in the back. Yeah, he's up the curb. It's as though the car doesn't want to turn. There he is. Does it look low, the left rear corner, or am I imagining things? Oh no, it looks smoky. That's even more serious. So, a very rare mechanical drama for an Audi GT3 car. That engine cover is off. Last year's championship runners-up do not have a happy start to the season, and as I say, it's a pretty rare occurrence that you see a smoky car and the hand across the throat from the engineer says, no, forget it, we're out. There, Bryce Bosey level with 37, which is Anthony Liu, and he will go through, will he? Yes, and pick up a place as they come over the line. In the background, look, you've also got the Shea Davis Porsche trying to go back ahead of the number 8 Ferrari of Nagai, and he does so, outbrakes him going into turn 1. So Hiroaki Nagai drops back one spot in the ARN Racing run Ferrari 488. Another great battle this, raging on as they drop down the hill once again. Pit window is now open, as you see on the graphic. Dennis Lind leads the way, the Danish driver, who, apart from having to make sure he's got a good start and a good restart, and he has done both things with alacrity, hasn't had too much to worry about in this stint. First pit stop just coming, by the way, 45 Audi down the pit road near to Takeda to give way to Takua Shirasaka. Not yet at halfway, and temperatures are rising again as the sun has burst through. Andrew McPherson's Lamborghini down the pit lane to give way to the very quick Aussie Ben Porter, and Dennis Lind will stay out for at least one more lap before giving the car over to Martin Codry. That's Marco Mappelli, part of Lamborghini's factory. Late on the brakes there, Nico Bastian clatters the board. Patrick Niederhauser, former GP3 racer, runs around the side, ready to get on board. And there is the race leading car. Dennis Lind at the wheel of it. And is this going to be a pretty equal split? Because he'll get towards the pit in mark at the half-hour mark. So is he going to split the race between him and Martin Codric? Let's see. The lead, of course, slightly grown by dint of the Mercedes having already pitted, but it's going to be interesting to see how Niederhauser gets on when the new tyres come in. Lind for the pit lane. Dennis Lind in, and Martin Codric will take over. Full course yellow. You see the Mercedes suddenly slow, and so we have a second full course yellow. Few think to the race leader, thank heavens it wasn't a safety car, but sometimes these do develop into safety car periods. And we understand that off the road has gone 69, which is the Aston Martin. Again, it's had a real checkered race, and that looks like at the exit of turn 4 into turn 5, just over the crest, it has come to a halt on the side of the track with Adrian De Silva at the wheel of it.
Green flag, green flag.
We're back racing with 17 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. There, number 5, Alex Young, goes through 12th place for the Audi. And now let's see who was quicker away. Was it Niederhauser or was it Codric? The gap starting this lap was 4.2 seconds. Here are the race leaders though, 1.4 seconds the margin at the start of the lap, and the gap was down by half a second in the first sector this time. So with slightly fresher rubber, the Mercedes looking better now, looking stronger. And Patrick Niederhauser rumbling on to try and get up onto terms with Kodrich. Now, given that the BOP should equate the cars, does it mean that once he's caught him, he'll struggle to get past? Or, given the fresher tyres at the back, once he's caught, he'll just drive past and pull away? Hard on the brakes, Patrick Niederhauser. Is there a gap on the inside? There's not, but he closes right up onto the tail of Martin Kodrich, showing intent now, trying to make the mistake come and give notice to Kodrich that he's quicker. The rear tyres with a bit more grit. He's sitting in the wheel tracks. Does he make a move on the inside into turn 15? He thinks about it, goes one way then the other. Kodrich defends, but is it inevitable that the Mercedes is going to go through? It'll be interesting now on the drive out of the corner if it can get the traction down better. Let's see. Powering its way up past the pits. The Mercedes now looks like it's got the advantage. This car, remember, that started third on the grid, now in the wheel tracks of the pole car. Past the pits they go. Kodrich has no option but to defend the inside line. Can Niederhauser go wide in and tight out? That's the plan, that's the move, that's the lead. Through he goes. Patrick Niederhauser gets his nose in front for turn 2, but he's on the outside line, and Kodrich comes back at him. Kodrich retakes the advantage. Then on the outside line was Niederhauser. He tries to cut across to the inside, but he can't do it. Kodrich has to go defensive everywhere here. Again, look, he covers off the inside line. Niederhauser given no option but to go the long way round on the outside. And he ducks up the inside and he'll get the drive out of the corner and he will go through, will he? But he'll be on the outside for turn 5. That translates to the inside at turn 6. This is great stuff. Kodrich just with the inside. Has he got his nose back in front? He has. Fantastic stuff. 11 minutes to go and the Lamborghini somehow hangs on to the race lead. Brilliant racing between the two of them. So 0.3 of a second being the margin between the two as they drop down towards turn 1. Hard on the brakes. Can Niederhauser find a way up the inside? He can! He's got the drive, but again he's on the wrong line and he's not going to be able to get around the outside there. Kodrich breathes another sigh of relief. He's just got the car back into the lead. He's up the curb, but then as he runs out wide, will that leave the door open for Niederhauser? There is a rather nervous-looking Dennis Lind. Remember, he had that big advantage early on, but the Mercedes with the better tyres now is absolutely hacking away at it all over the back of the Lamborghini. 9 minutes to go, and again, just as we saw on the previous lap, inside line out of turn 4, outside for 5, doesn't level this time. Niederhauser slots back in behind him. Up towards turn 15 they come. Do we see the Mercedes dive out at the last? We do, but he's not going to commit. Slots back in. Away through turn 15 goes the Lamborghini, hugging the apex, hugging the inside line is Martin Kodrich. FFF Racing Team can barely watch because, if you like, in a sense, every lap the cars ahead is prolonging the agony because even they must feel the Mercedes now looks a little bit stronger. Down towards turn 1 again. This is where Niederhauser has been able to make a move in the past and try and unsettle the Lamborghini. Kodrich, though, thus far is doing a grand job, and this time he's got the inside line well and truly covered. The door is closed and it's locked and bolted and the key thrown away. Downhill they come, nose to tail, 7 minutes and change now remaining. If Kodrich can hang on, it will be the drive of his life. Uphill they go, inside line at turn 4 this time, looked for by Niederhauser, can't do it. Now behind them, it is Nick Foster's Ferrari, which is hunting them down and is lapping quicker. There, to the outside goes Niederhauser. Can he go all the way around the outside at turn 7? He can. They touch. The Lambo gets sideways, but Niederhauser leads the way. Finally, he's done it. Round the outside goes Patrick Niederhauser. It was brave, it was bold, and it worked. Lots of applause at Group M. And there'll be disappointed faces, no doubt, at FFF Racing Team. So, Patrick Niederhauser is now the leader. There'll be some head scratching, I would have thought, within FFF as to where that big lead all went to. But with those new rear tyres that we saw being put onto the Mercedes, it's working well now for Niederhauser. He leads with 6 minutes to go. Kodrich gave it his best shot, but Patrick Niederhauser now leads the field. Downhill he comes. A very impressive drive. The Swiss driver it is then who comes through turn 14 ahead. And can he hang on in there? It's got to be error-free. 1 more minute on the clock as uphill climbs the Mercedes. And you've got Group M trying to get the formation finish here because, just to make the point, it's a Group M car leading in GT3 and in GT4. Now, where is the 666 Mercedes in relation? It's a little bit further up the road, I think. But it's going to be a great day for Group M. This team reformed over the winter of 2016 into 2017 for last year's championship. A lot of hard work by British racer Tim Sugden, amongst others, to put it all together. It's now into turn 15. There's the run to the line for the car started by Nico Bastien. Patrick Niederhauser and Nico Bastien will win the opening round of Blancpain GT Series Asia for 2018. The Mercedes run by Group M Racing Team wins here at Sepang. It's a very happy team indeed. Great drive by Patrick Niederhauser. Out of the car. We'll get already there is Nico Bastien. Bryce Bosey and Raffaele Marciello, incidentally, just to confirm, they are the Pro-Am winners in third place overall. Second of the Pro-Ams, Anthony Liu and Josh Burden. Third of the Pro-Ams, Hamaguchi and Mapelli.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. A beautiful start into the season. It's just a perfect start for sure with P1. We were third in qualifying, but I could overtake the Ferrari quite fast. Then I had to overtake him a second time, which I really don't like when I have to overtake cars a second time. But yeah, at the end, Patrick did a mega job. We could save tires a little bit in free practice sessions. That's why we had a new tire set now. And yeah, it paid off. So Patrick, actually it's his very first race in the Mercedes AMG and then straight away a winner. For him it's also great.
Congratulations then, Patrick. Are you ready?
Sorry, I didn't understand you. Oh, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a tough race already from the start. Nico did a really great job. I think we're a bit unlucky there with the full Cruzeiro, but we took him back and then took the car in P2. Had quite a gap to close, but our car was maybe not as quick as the Audis in qualifying, but we had a really good race pace. So I was able to catch him up with a great strategy. Then the overtaking was harder than I thought, but we had a little touch, but I think that's GT racing, so I'm really happy.
Was there a little bit of a touch?
Yeah, he touched me twice, but obviously, we were fighting door by door. He was on the inside, so almost spun, but I took the risk there as he made a mistake, so really happy.
Incredible racing to watch. Congratulations, enjoy that. Back to you, David.
So the drivers on the podium. Call forward, third place, Bryce Bosey, Raffaele Marciello. Second, Martin Kodrich and Dennis Lind. And then the winners in a moment. There they are, Patrick Niederhauser and Nico Bastien. Matteo Braga, the circuit activities manager from Pirelli Tyres, steps forward, hands over the trophies to Bryce Bosey and Raffaele Marciello. Newcomer Bryce Bosey to this championship, but ex-Formula Renault racer, pretty experienced in this type of racing by dint of being in the 24-hour series for a number of races in the last couple of years. Dennis Lind, the bearded Dane, and Martin Kodrich, an Estonian, with him. And then the race winners on that top step. First time out, first win, Patrick Niederhauser and Nico Bastien. Nico, part of the Mercedes AMG program. Patrick Niederhauser, new to Mercedes, having been a Lamborghini driver. And Benjamin Franasovici, the championship manager, steps forward to hand over the checks to the season-long entrants in the championship. The third, $2,500, $5,000 to second. And it is going to be for the winners, $10,000, which should buy quite a lot of beer to celebrate with for the team tonight, for sure. So Patrick Niederhauser and Nico Bastien win this opening race of Blancpain GT Series Asia. The lights on red at the moment will go to green if the race director is happy. They do, and away they go, and diving out from behind on the third row, Nick Foster gets a face full of Martin Rump. To the inside line goes Sugio Matsuda in the Nissan. He gets a face full of Josh Burden, who moves across to defend, and that leaves the door wide open for Raffaele Marciello round the outside of the Mercedes to take the lead. Marciello leads into turn one, dives through round the outside, scrabbles towards an apex, finds it, leads downhill, and look at second place, still side by side. Nick Foster tries to get up round the outside, loses out, gets muscled out wide all over the dirt. So Burden is second, Matsuda is third, and very wide indeed goes Martin Rump, and also delayed is Patrick Niederhauser. Two quick drivers then in strife, and as Niederhauser got a problem. The Mercedes, look in the background, he's losing place after place. Something may have developed for the winning car of yesterday, going through the first couple of corners, because 999 may have an emergency here. It is dropping away as the leaders swoop through turn 5 for the first time of asking. That's the reason for the problem. It's a punctured tyre, possibly contact through turns 1 and 2. Patrick Niederhauser limping back. Oh, it's more than a puncture, it's damaged bodywork as well, so clearly there was contact, and Niederhauser's desperation now is to stay on the lead lap. Out of turn 15 come the leaders. Martin Kodrich there ahead of Alex Young, ahead of the Tim Slade yellow Ferrari. At the inside behind is Daisuke Aito in the red Ferrari trying to gain ground. The leader though already blasting clear, 2.9 seconds. Marchiello to Josh Bird and the pole man. He is under attack from Sugio Matsuda, and look at the line all queued up behind. Fourth is Nick Foster Ferrari. Fifth, Marco Mappelli there in the Lamborghini looking to the inside. Sixth, Adeli Fong Audi. Seventh, Kodrich Lamborghini. Eighth, Young Audi. Ninth, Slade Ferrari. 10th, Strauss Nissan. They pour downhill for the second time. Lead gap 2.9 seconds. GT4 at the end of the opening lap of the race being led by Reinhold Renger in the winning car of yesterday, but remember that gets an extra 15 seconds in the pits, and Patrick Niederhauser has not yet got back into the pits. So 999, the Mercedes limping round. He doesn't want to do any damage, but he doesn't want to go so slowly that he drops off the lead lap. The question is not just whether they need to change a tyre, that can be done quickly, but whether or not the car has got damaged bodywork and damaged suspension, and whether it's going to be a lengthy stop for that reason. There out of the car, Patrick Niederhauser. That looks like game over, doesn't it? Yeah, car pushed away. So a punctured tyre, damage to the suspension, damage to the bodywork, and a win and a retirement make it a very different weekend, one race to the other. Marchiello to Burden, 3.4 seconds up front. Sugio Matsuda still running in third place. The Formula Nippon champion. In fourth is Nick Foster, moving away from Porsche to Ferrari for this season. In fifth place, Marco Mappelli, and sixth is Adeli Fong. And there is Raffaele Marchiello, conscious that he's got to make an extra 5-second pit stop. 10 seconds extra for Kodrich down in seventh place. Forget the 15, because Patrick Niederhauser is going to spend the race in the pit lane, never mind just an extra 15 seconds. Race leader, 27, Nick Foster. Second, tucked up behind him in the Lamborghini. Second, apologies, fifth behind him, Marco Mappelli, second in this battle. And they go through with Adeli Fong also having got some damage from the opening laps of the race there in sixth place. At the inside line goes Mappelli. There's a gap, he's on the curb, there's a nudge, and the Foster Ferrari gets tagged sideways. One place lost as through goes Marco Mappelli. Turn one is always a pinch point, whether it's the opening lap or any lap, given if you're having a battle. And Marco Mappelli, with just a tiny touch, enough to unsettle the Ferrari, has gone through. So there you've got the race-leading car of Raffaele Marchiello pulling away now from the opposition. GT4, meantime, the battle has been rather interrupted because, again, with all these quicker cars coming through, and there Alex Young gets up the inside of Kodrich, and so does a very opportunistic Daisuke Aito. 2 places lost there by Kodrich in the traffic. He was delayed and then on the wrong line, so a very good move by Young and a really good move, a great dive by Daisuke Aito. Both of them go through. I was going to say that the GT4 lead battle has really broken up because Reinhold Renger is away and gone. Gilles Vannelet having to get out of the way of all of this traffic. Now, it might be that when they all come across Renger, so he will be delayed, and that will bring back into the mix in GT4 Gilles Vannelet. But for the moment, it's a big gap betwixt the two. Race leader has gone by, 11 laps in the book. Well, we're getting close, of course, now to the pit window opening. So if you've got your slower driver in first, you can expect the car to come in sooner. And there, number 45, class winners yesterday, the Audi. Shirasaka at the wheel for now, ahead of Jean-Marc Merlin in the Porsche from Craft Bamboo Racing. And then you've got the 911 GT3R, the GT3 spec car there in the mix as well, putting the lap on. Now, Merlin is ahead of Motwang Sun. Look in the McLaren. But the McLaren 570S comes back. The two GT4 cars side by side. Motwang Sun on the outside. Jean-Marc Merlin on the inside line as they go through turn 15. What do we see ahead? It was the Porsche on the inside. It was the McLaren on the outside. And as they come now up towards the timing line, Shirasaka goes through ahead of them, ahead of Darrell Young, and Jean-Marc Merlin has stayed ahead of Motwang Sun then to take and keep fourth in GT4. But they're a long way back from the Mercedes-BMW battle that they were with early on. So certainly the German cars, the Mercedes, the BMWs have got the advantage around here. So as the Audi wants to leave, the leader comes in. That delays the Audi just a little. Tyres again being prepared for Bryce Bosey. And it's going to be all 4 tyres, I think, for the leading car. Fronts are done. And then round 2. Back of the car, they will go. There is 81 versus treble 6. This is the GT4 fight. Kinoshita versus Russell Ward, and they touch, and the Mercedes gets sideways and gets muscled out of the way. So in all the drama of trying to get back ahead of the BMW, contact made. The Mercedes get sideways. Here's the replay. They were fighting for 4th in class, and Russell Ward, if he was trying to turn across, wasn't far enough ahead. The BMW was on the line, so curious incident that between the two of them, because it's very rare that you overtake coming out of turn 9 because you're on the wrong line for the next corner. So Russell Ward had a go. Perhaps he just felt he had better momentum out of the corner, but was never fully ahead as the contact was made. The leader back into the race, so even allowing, of course, for the extra 5 seconds, that car should still keep the advantage, and it's on fresh rubber now for Bryce Bosey. There through is 37, Anthony Liu. So let's see what the gap is, and the relative pace there, Bryce Bosey down the hill to Anthony Liu behind him. And that incident between treble 6 and 81 is under investigation. God, who'd have thought that? That's the lead gap you can see. Bryce Bosey well clear of the Audi in second place, which only now is coming up the hill towards us. That's the, not Mercedes, there, Audi, Anthony Liu. So it's going to be a big gap, isn't it? Even allowing for the longer stop that the Mercedes had to make. That 2nd, 3rd, 4th is where the drama may well come. GT3 versus GT4. The Honda 20th, the McLaren is 24th. It's great to have the Honda on the grid. It's a nice shape, it's a different brand. Big flash of the lights there from the number 7 Audi of Andrew Kim. He's under attack from Frankie Cheng, who's going to go around the outside. Is he? He tries, because that's where he is, but he's got a BMW in the way, so he runs off the road to try and avoid the BM. He's got the Ferrari right up behind him as well of Liu Yi. Frankie Cheng up the inside, goes ahead of his teammate. Andrew Kim is about to get dive bombed by the Ferrari, because they're completing the move out of 9 goes Liu Yi. And Andrew Kim losing 2 places. Frankie Cheng's on a mission here. Bryce Bosey is getting away. He's responding to the challenge and pulling clear of the opposition, as there for, what are we up, 8, 9, 10th. They come through. Lind up the inside of Patel. For 9th, he goes through. The Lamborghini muscles up the inside. Dennis Lind goes through. And he's not done yet, knowing Dennis the Menace could get another place potentially by the end of the race, down towards turn 1. GT4 leader behind them. Look, it is the Gilles Vanelay Ringo Chong Mercedes. Don't forget that treble 6, Russell Ward had the extra 15 seconds in the pits. So the race currently on lap number 20, and still this race-long battle. And this shows you how evenly matched the drivers are, never mind the cars, because no matter who's driving, the two of them are together, side by side. There's the race leader, and we have news now that the Tim Slade Maurice Chen Ferrari is getting a 2-second stop-go penalty in front of its pit. That will be for being short on the pit stop. So car 28, it is currently running in 14th place. Maurice Chen at the wheel, but it's a 2-second stop-go penalty to make up the downside of the 2 short pit stop. And if you want to know how you can measure that, it's the timing system times pit in to pit out, and if the beam is broken in under that time, it's reported to the race director, who refers it to the stewards, who can then apply the penalty. But the data is there, so the team can't really argue too much because the timing system has all the evidence. Kinoshita being caught by Russell Ward. This is on track now with Dennis Lind coming up to attack Eduardo Liberati for 8th place. Lind on the outside, Liberati on the inside. Very different shapes of the big bulbous Nissan and the low-line Lamborghini Huracan, which can't quite squeeze through. Or what about turn 2? No, a face full of Nissan meant that Lind has to lift. Aditya Patel is there as well, last year's championship runner-up, clambering up the curb as he tries to find a gap, to no avail though. And there, down the pit lane, comes Maurice Chen. So 2 seconds, stop, go. Stop, go. Go, go, go. There you can see the difference between a Pro and an AM. The Pro would have been on his toes, ready to blast away. The AM stops and kind of relaxes, isn't ready when the indication is given. 2 seconds is, plus all the drive time, quite a long penalty in this competitive nature. That from Formula Renault Euro Cup, moved to GT3 rating in Europe. That is Rick Hume going out wide in the Aston Martin, being negotiated by the traffic. Anthony Liu goes past him, so the Audi picks up track position and goes through. And Porsches now behind the wheel of Lamborghinis, and look, he's about to come across the inseparable Caymans. Still, you've got the car of Lee ahead of Chang, so Brian Lee just fending off Keo Chang who was a regular in the series last year. They're trying to squabble and get out of the way of the traffic. Andrew McPherson goes ahead of Rick Ewan right around the outside there. Goes through to Andrew McPherson up into 18th place. Good move that by the Lamborghini. There are plenty of battles going on the track. Very wide goes Frankie Cheng out of turn 8. And up now towards turn 9 where Hamaguchi defends the inside line. Cheng comes across, tries to distract him. If he can force a mistake out of the Lamborghini driver, then he can try and take full advantage of that. To the inside line at 11. No way through there. Over the brow, and now hit the brakes. Turn down towards turn 12 at the bottom of the hill. Nose to tail, these two. Third place, the McLaren of Richard Wee gets out of the way on the inside. Lets the quicker cars go. The team manager of the second placed car is being told to go to the stewards at the end of the race as well. So Anthony Liu and Josh Burden's car has attracted attention of the race officials, as this is third, fourth and fifth, because not only is Frankie Cheng looking for a way past the Lamborghini, but they're both being caught by Leo Yi in the Ferrari now. So the two of them hustling on to catch Hamaguchi, who makes that car wide enough to fend off anybody. Through they come once again. Over the timing line they go, and now down towards turn 1. Jean-Marc Merlin and Frank Yu's car just up the road ahead. So it's Bryce Bosey ahead of Anthony Liu, then Hamaguchi, Cheng and Yi, third, fourth, fifth. Taniguchi in the Nissan is 6th. 7th is Andrew Kim. This third, fourth and fifth. For how much longer can Hamaguchi hang on to the place? Frankie Cheng gets the run out of turn 3, climbs the hill, moves slightly to the inside line, has a look for position, but he can't do it, and slots back in then as they work their way through that right and then left. Over the brow, turn 5, the road drops slightly at this point. Frankie Cheng looks like he's got the speed, doesn't he? Although the Audi hasn't been the fleetest car all weekend, he does look as though he's being held up now by the Lamborghini. The run into turns 6 and 7 and then onto 8 here, and the Lamborghini goes a little bit wide at a twitch. Cheng not really able to take advantage of that because it's a narrow part of the circuit, but again wide up the curve then. Coming out of the corner, Hamaguchi makes a slight error. Frankie Cheng is close but can't find a way past, and that brings Leo Yi right onto his tail. So third, fourth, fifth, 4 minutes to go. Absolutely is one here. And just to prove how BOP works in GT3, 3 different brands. Lamborghini, Audi alongside, Ferrari behind. Cheng to the inside at turn 11. Turn 12 at the foot of the hill is the left, and he's on the wrong line. Tries to switch sides. Leo Yi also tries to dive up the inside as they approach turn 13. And Cheng needs to duck up the inside now if at all possible. He goes for the outside line. The danger is the doors open against Leo Yi here, who will get up the inside of him. Has Cheng got better drive out of the corner? They're still overlapping, aren't they? And now what happens at turn 15? Cheng trying to get a toe maybe, but I don't think he's going to be able to do so. Leo Yi is alongside him. Cheng's got the inside line. Cheng should be able to retake his 4th place as they break for the hairpin, and he does, but they've lost a length or 2 against the Lamborghini. The Audi goes wide. Leo Yi tries to duck back up on the inside, coming out of 15 towards the line, but he can't do it. Cheng hangs on. 3 more minutes to go, and a flying lap is over 2 minutes long. Down to turn 1. What are we going to get? 2 more laps out of the race now. Into the braking area at turn 1 they go. Martin Rump can hardly bring himself to watch now. Desperate for a podium, a first podium in Blancpain GT Series Asia, and it all rests on Frankie Cheng defending and attacking at the same time. Life in that number 3 Audi, there it is very tough indeed. Up the hill they go. Turn 4 beckons, and here Hamaguchi has managed to break away by a couple of lengths, but Frankie Cheng closes the gap down again. Behind them, you've got Taniguchi 6th in the Nissan. Could he get back into the mix here before the end? 7th is Andrew Kim. They're busy battling as well, in fact, so 6th and 7th, nose to tail on what I reckon is going to be the penultimate lap of the race. Leaders go through, 2.5 on the clock, 2.5 minutes to go. There's the race leader. So Bryce Bosey it is, well clear. 22 seconds to the good now over Anthony Liu, who in turn is 14 seconds ahead of Hamaguchi. If they could get past him, they might be able to have caught the second place car, but now it's going to be too late in the race. Bryce Bosey then, a very impressive drive by him, a very impressive effort by Raffaele Marciello early on, and Gripper M annihilates the opposition. No argument about that. There for second is Anthony Liu, and the leader is about to go through and start the last lap of the race. There's less than a lap time left in the race now. So the leading car is on its last lap. There it is, down at turn 1. Bryce Bosey, the race leader, waiting to see where second is. There, Anthony Liu, all on his own still. Through he comes for second spot onto the last lap. Really in no man's land because he's not catching and he's not being caught by the battle pack behind. So who is going to be third? It's still Hamaguchi from Cheng when we last looked. There is the race leader. There is the race leading team studying all the data. And also trying to keep out of the heat. So Bryce Bosey on target for a win. Hamaguchi is still third. Dennis Lind is up to 7th at the expense of Andrew Kim, incidentally. So 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, still squabbling. Bryce Bosey, though, for the last time, up towards turns 7 and 8. Through he comes. And now almost at the end of perhaps the perfect drive. I'm struggling to think of one quite so dominant by both drivers in a Blancpain GT Series Asia race. Anthony Liu and Josh Burden on target for second place, the best of the Audis, and Josh Burden has certainly proved his money this weekend. And that is Maurice Chen off the road. They've got a stop-go penalty, remember. And now Maurice Chen at turn 9 has overshot and gone wide. He's back on track as the leader has only a couple of corners to go. And this is the first of them. Through turn 14 he comes. He's on the power, and now one more hairpin to go. What a weekend for Group M. What a weekend for this team. Third yesterday, first today, championship leaders. They will win overall and they will win Pro-Am as well, making it a double in Pro-Am for the weekend. The trophies and therefore the excess baggage will stack up for Group M and for Raffaele Marciello and Bryce Bosey, who come through to win round 2 of Blancpain GT Series Asia here at Sepang and win in style. It's a long wait before anybody else will come into view for second place. It should be the Audi of Anthony Liu and Josh Burden. There it is, on target for second spot. Into the left-hand hairpin they come. The celebrations have already started for Kenny Chen's team. Frustrated Patrick Niederhauser in the background, yesterday's winner. There, slowly across the line, Anthony Liu. Was that a problem, or was he just biding his time, bringing the car home safe and sound for second place? Either way, it's second for Liu and for Josh Burden, but now we need to see who's going to be third. Look at this, as one across the line. Hamaguchi just ahead of Cheng, just ahead of Yi, just ahead of Lind, who gets 6th on the last lap. So overall, there is the winning car. 888, Bryce Bosey, Raffaele Marciello, second for Audi. You have a win for Frankie Cheng and Martin Rump in the silvers. 27 second of the silvers. There is Ringo Chong and Gilles Vanelay, who didn't know each other until the start of the weekend, but they have become certainly now firm friends after a race win.
Congratulations. How was crossing that finish line?
Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. It was almost finishing a perfect weekend. We were up front the whole weekend. We did a quite good learning curve over the test days and now also. And yeah, Raffaele did a perfect start, perfect first stint, and I just had to finish it. So perfect for us.
A dominant win there.
Yeah, we had a good race. I mean, it's only the beginning of the championship, but I mean, we can be proud for like what we did. And I took my revenge compared last year because I started last every race. So I mean, it's a good start of the championship.
Sepang does very well with you, doesn't it?
I don't know. We'll see the other race if they suit me well as well. So we'll see.
In second place, car number 37, Anthony Liu and Josh Burden. And your winners, in first place, car number 888, Bryce Bosey and Raffaele Marciello.
Outcome, the delighted top two, Bryce Bosey and Raffaele Marciello. There for the winners, you have a delighted Bryce Bosey and Raffaele Marciello.
And presenting the checks, Benjamin Fanasovici from SRO.
Checks go to the season-long entrance. There are teams that come and do local races, but if you are registered for the championship, then you get the prize money this way. Sepang for now from Ronaima 2 and David Addison. Thanks for your company this weekend. We'll see you next time. It's bye-bye.